Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is the Hizack. I managed to drop this, I think, when I was going for the Mark II. I got a variety of not the Banner mobile suit things that are pretty decent over the last couple of weeks. The Hizack being one, and you'll see the next one tomorrow. Got a couple other things that I still need to get rounds for. I'm working on it, but I'm also trying to work through requests. If you have put in a request, I am working on it, and thank you as always for being patient. I try to get, good and interesting rounds, so it takes me a while because I often just don't do too well at this. This is one of the advantages of not doing this live anymore. I watched some of my old videos, which I recorded live, and from back when Battle Operation 1 was going. It was kind of awkward to watch because I was not doing well and I was not feeling good about it, and it was just... that was painful to watch. They're there if you want to see, but I don't recommend it. But yeah, the Hizack, I am using the beam rifle and heat hawk configuration. It also has its alternate weapons of the Zaku machine gun Kai and the beam saber available. You can also use the forbidden configuration. You can use a beam rifle and a beam saber at the same time. The Hizack's generator is not supposed to be able to do that, but they actually added a little line in its description in-game saying that the PMU actually upgraded its generator so it could use both of its weapons at the same time, which I think is a really nice touch. It's technically the Hizack beam rifle, because in the series it was the first thing to use it, but in here it's listed as the Marasai beam rifle. It is an EPAC weapon, so it has a number of shots. It's a little bit slow between ready-ups, but yeah, it has a set number of shots, and you don't have to manage heat, and after that it reloads. I believe I've got a couple of quick loaders on it. I don't recall exactly, but it loads relatively quickly. A little too far away on that G5. Now I got to pull back because I need to get a better angle on it. That Alex is trying to play point guard, which is very wise. But I really want to get to that. Well, I'm caught on scenery now, which happens to me sometimes. Missed that shot. It used its tackle, which means it is now fair game, but it also had like 4 or 5 friends, which means I was fair game. But yeah, the Hizack is actually pretty solid. It has... this is the level 2, but it actually has... I believe the Gym 2 has it as well, the frontline support system, which is the ability that reduces respawn time for your allies. I guess I fired that bazooka a second too early. I was hoping to prevent what actually just happened, which was, of course, me getting stepped on and them getting the point. But that didn't quite work out. Again, I think if I'd done it a second later, well, he'd have still had time to step and would have stepped on my face, so it doesn't really matter either way. Either way, coming back in. But yeah, the heat hawk, this is the second round I used it, and I'll just warn you, it has more power than the beam saber by a good margin, and it also has a shorter range than you think. You have to be... You saw me whiff a couple of shots already. The first round I tried it, it was even worse. But yeah, you really have to be up in somebody's face to manage that. I also want to check the ready-up times on both the Hawk and the Saber, because I was doing some checking just to see how my go-to combo after knockdown goes in something else, in Gym Sniper 2 White Dingo, just for example, and you do get more damage out of using a beam rifle shot and a neutral swing than you do out of a downswing, at least with that combination of weapons. Kind of want to check it with the Hizack, see if it has the ready-up time to be able to do that, to combo from rifle shot to neutral swing, and what the damage differential is between that and just a big wind-up. Because, these are good things to know. Knowing what the most damage you can squeeze out in a very limited time is always a good thing to know in this game. See, his allies managed to stop me before I shot him, but nobody's really ready for the Heat Hawk this round. They keep managing to get caught by surprise by it. Okay, but that person, luckily for them, had backup, so even though I landed my downswing on that G5, the full armor Gundam behind it was able to support it adequately, which, you know, fair play. Always good to see, always good to see a team, supporting each other well. I'd prefer when it's mine, but that's just the breaks. And 2 minutes and something left. We've got a little bit under a 2,000 lead, but it is a lead. And let's see, time to drop my Hizack and get in there. It's a little bit too far away, and I tend to hammer the boost button like a fool sometimes, so I did not quite have the air time to get to it. My own fault. But moving on, there's a couple of people with low health there, which for a, someone with grenades to fling and single-shot beam rifle to use, very good opportunities. That G5 just had it back to me, though, straight, so that was easy enough. Caught that Gundam. Now here is I think that's a Mark II? Yeah, that's a Mark II. And it is on the ground. And pulling back, because here come its allies. This team is pretty well coordinated. I am impressed. And as you can see, they're keeping it close. We've got an edge, but it's a close round, and they are, keeping me on my toes for sure. Again, that Heat Hawk does pretty solid damage, though. There have been a couple of times there where I did not expect to get the kill shot. See, Allied Zoc up there. I wasn't sure it was Allied for a second because I hadn't seen it before. Looks like it's come down to help me with this full armor. And dodge rolled out of the way of the stun shot. It's tackled at me. It is in great range now for the Heat Hawk, which I have used. But I decided it was more important to try and prevent some damage from this G5 than it was to deal with the down full armor. Also, there are people behind me who could hopefully do same. So, got the full armor. Probably get the GO5 in a second when my rifle's ready, if I live long enough. Got it. Didn't quite get it. Tackle. Didn't quite make it. Is he going to get me? Yep, he's going to knock me down. 50-some seconds left, but one of my allies took him down, which I'm fine with, because I'm low on health, and I will, have better potential doing this than if I had, kept dueling it out with that G5. And okay, let us move on. I thought I was going to be able to get a shot in on that, but no. We've got a nice solid lead. It is not impossible for them to bring it around in a 500-point room with this much time left. Especially if they were to kill all four of us, that would pretty much get them close, counting assists and things. Somebody popped in behind me. I figured it was best if I kept them at bay myself, especially since it's my friend the G5 again. I am pretty well suited to doing heavy damage to that, so used my shot to keep him in. We bounced off of each other tragically, so we're probably not going to have time to kill him. And since I realized that we're not, I tried to go after the pilot, but just did not have it. If I'd scoped in, I might have been able to hit him with the beam rifle. That's a big, big maybe. I have done it once or twice, not as a regular thing. I remembered, though, take it from experience, though, that you can use Vulcans to home in on things if you scope in. Works pretty well. Okay, 88,000 damage, 4,200 points, and I was also the most targeted through all that, so I'd say pretty good showing. 7 kills and 2 deaths. So, yeah. That is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back soon with more, so till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later! Oh yes, I discovered the other day, I did not know this, but there is an official English Gundam Battle Operation 2 Twitter account. It is at GBO2EN, and yeah, it's only posted about 6 times since it was started at the beginning of December as of this recording, but it's out there and it's providing links to game updates and things in English, so it's worth keeping an eye on.